To grow spiritually, you must know whom you are. You have to know what type of a vessel am I. Then you have to know at what level of spiritual illumination are you in. Before you know the level you are in, you cannot grow. Praise Jesus. Let me tell you, if I'm angry, before I know the level of my angriness, you will look at what you want to consume. Is it going to be enough? Once you have started, you will not tell another one. So it's either there be a sum which will be enough for the all to satisfy. Definition of spiritual growth is the learning more about and leaning into God. So you learn more about God, spiritual growth, and you learn more how you lean, not to, into. You enter into God's realm. Why am I saying into God? Yesterday, that day I talked of, I'm 3 in 1. Praise Jesus. God is Trinity. I want to give you another revelation. When Jesus came in the form. Praise Jesus. And he had the blood. Praise Jesus. As I have blood. The body, now this is the body. That's why Jesus came. To rescue the body. God dwells in our soul. Then the spirit, because God is Trinity. Jesus dwells for this soul. So when you pray for this soul, you are dealing face to face with Jesus. You are now not dealing with the Holy Spirit or God. At times you can't. How many people have had a quiet time prayer? You sit like whoever noticed. There was a time I was just there, just kept quiet. Now I was dealing with God Himself. Praise Jesus. There are times you deal with the Spirit. So when you have known what type of dimension or spiritual illumination you are in, or you are dealing with, will enable you to grow. Spiritual transformation is the process of making a believer be like Christ, experience in all His power, all His glory, and the fullness of Him. Which means spiritual transformation. You become just like Jesus. The character in you is more or less the same like that which is being seen in Jesus. The type of food you feed that child will tell you that child will be. You will know the type of food that a child eats will tell you the type of healthiness that child will. When I listen to mtoto akipewa chakula yenye haina balanced diet, you will know this child is underfed. When I listen to even us. So at time like this, now you have to know, for you to be just like Jesus, there are things you have to do. So we are going to go to gates of spiritual growth. So gate 1, we have salvation. That's why I started with salvation. Once you have received salvation, remember, salvation is the greatest need of an unbeliever. Just like when you meet a dying person, he will not ask you food. Most people just ask, go and call to me, ask you. If you give them even water, but if you don't, they will still have time to call for pastor. So, gate number 2. After a person has been saved, there's another gate, which is transformation. The greatest need of a saved person is transformation. Imagine you have taken a saved person in the hospital, week 1 the same, week 2 the same. Will you still leave that person in that hospital? So even Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit, you have been saved. Week 1 you are the same, week 2 you are the same. Will God still be with you? We'll ask what's wrong. We'll say there's something wrong with the joy. It's Jesus. Because God expects me, after I've been saved, I should grow. I should not be there. That's why, let me tell you, Jesus one day told the disciples that the poor, you will keep on having them. Because he wanted these people to keep on, to grow. Because there are things we concentrate on instead of concentrating on the growth. So those people, they wanted to live the growth. When Mary and Martha, one of them went to do what? To prepare food. Another one sat at the feet of Jesus listening to the word. Then, so, hospitality for the one who sat next to Jesus was not welcoming. But when Jesus was talking of growth, Jesus told her, the sister, your sister has chosen the best thing. So, that's why I'm telling you, once you have been saved, make sure you grow. Don't remain at the same level. Because even demons have levels. Have you ever knew that? There are demons that are attacking you. The demons that attack Papa, let me tell you the truth, cannot attack. Because I'm not at their level. I'm not reached at their realm. But I just speak. So, when they come to attack me, they will finish, even there will be no one remaining. Because they are much powerful than me. So when you are at that level, perhaps you are seeing the condition you are in are so welcoming. Let me give you another revelation. We call Moses, yeah? Was in Egypt. After Egypt, is there anybody who took the part which Moses was today? There was none. Because Moses was the one who stood in the gap, as my brother was saying, and after him, nobody rose again at the gap. Perhaps there's someone who had stood in the gap for you, still alive. You will see trouble after that person who was standing in the gap had gone. Now you are the one remaining. So if you don't grow, take that advantage of that calmness of the devilish things you are seeing that are not attacking you, so that when that person standing in the gap goes, you have now the power to maintain the devil at that level. Dimension of spiritual growth and transformation. We have two dimensions. One negative dimension, another one positive dimension. Why have I brought it like this? When you grow thin, that's a negative. People expect you to be fat. When you grow fat, that's a positive, because that's what people expect. So the time that I grow into higher realm, that's a positive. The time that even when people are in prayer, I cannot even pray for 2 minutes, that's a negative. Growth is more of physical body outlook. How will you know that your child is growing? You will see the child increasing the body. Paul said that you should not be drinking milk, because the teaching which Paul was giving them, Paul considered that teaching as if it was for the young people who have just been saved. But then they kept that level. So Paul keep on just giving them milk because they don't want to come out from that level to another level. So when you grow spiritually, you are going to see it. How is it going to come into the body? But transformation is in the inner outlook of a person, in your heart. So like we have just said, you will know the healthy of a person with the type of the food or the type of kind of feeding the person is feeding. Like kind of charge. Let me tell you the truth. When I came here, there are a lot of things I've learned that I've not had for the rest of my life. How many people normally attend weekly prayers, weekdays prayers? If you normally attend those services, you will learn a very intense, deep revelation that you have never learned. Like, Pastor used to teach about something like bloodline curse. I only knew it here. So you see, there are things that, now like a church, if a church is not taught that, a church does not know. Let me take of Joel. Joel has not been taught about such like curses. He doesn't know about them. He thinks that the things he's facing is just from another realm or another level. But the background of the things are from the blood level. So once you have been fed the correct feeding, you are able to grow spiritually. Reasons for the spiritual growth and transformation. Why should you grow spiritually and why should you be transformed? Praise Jesus. Before I read that, let's just read that verse, Philippians 3:12.
Philippians chapter 3 verse 10. I do not claim that I have already succeeded or I have already become perfect. I keep striving to win the prize for which Christ Jesus had already won his life.
Paul does not consider himself that he has. So, for you to grow spiritually, never consider yourself that you have arrived. I sang nicely today. I dance nicely today. That's my level. So you just want to remain into that level. Never have that content in your mind. For you to grow, never be contented with the level of your spirituality, which means growth is daily and it's automatic. So you have to have it. So if you decide to come out of it, there are people who will be growing. 2 Chronicles 15, chapter 15, verse 3. A territory or a person is in danger when these three things misses in that person's life. 1, the Lord. 2, true God. 3rd, a priest.
Chronicles chapter 15 verse 3. For a long time Israel lived without the true God, without priest to teach them, and without a law.
Praise God. If you don't have a true God in your life, if you don't have a priest to teach you, if you don't have the law to govern you, my friend, you are dead. For a long time Israel were not having those three things. When they were not having those three things, there's something which happened to Israel. That's why they entered into captivity. I told you God introduced sin. And when God introduced sin, God generated a law that will protect man not to enter into the sin. Man surpassed the law. Man entered into captivity. The law was, this tree, if you eat from it, you shall die. God is the first person talking of death in the Bible. So in that, the devil took the opportunity because God has introduced something that called death. So the devil takes that because you don't have a law which will govern you not to do what will make you die. The priest is the one who will teach you now this law. The true God now is the one who will help you to understand now this law. Israelites, they are in captivity. Blood was to be smeared where? In the doorpost. So the blood was to protect them against Satan or against God. Let's talk the blood. Who sent the angel of death? God. So God sent the angel of death. And Satan also took the opportunity of that because God has released something. Why is God unable to kill Satan? Because Satan does not generate anything from it himself. That's why God cannot kill Satan. Why would we suffer? And God suffered the most by bringing his only son. And instead it should just say, let Satan be dead. Satan does not generate anything from himself. That's why Job is saying, a sin does not just come from the soul. And Jesus will